The road to success is often paved with sweat, persistence, and an unshakable belief in oneself. It is a journey filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But those who press forward, despite the difficulties, often find that their efforts bear fruit in ways they never imagined. Think of a great mountain, standing tall and unmovable. To climb it requires strength, patience, and endurance. Each step forward may feel small, but with time, those steps turn into progress, and the summit comes into view. This is the nature of hard work, slow, steady, and ultimately rewarding. History is filled with stories of people who refused to give up, who worked tirelessly in pursuit of their goals. Some toiled in darkness, seeing no immediate results, yet they persisted. Others faced ridicule and failure, only to rise stronger than before. But what makes hard work so powerful? Why does it separate those who succeed from those who give up? To understand this, let's take a look at a story that reminds us that patience and perseverance can lead to something truly extraordinary. In the quiet fields of China, a farmer plants a seed, small, fragile, and buried beneath the soil. It is the seed of the Chinese bamboo tree, a plant unlike most others. The farmer waters it daily, carefully tending to the soil, ensuring that it gets just the right amount of sunlight and nutrients. Weeks pass, then months, and yet nothing happens. There is no sign of growth, no sprout breaking through the surface. A year goes by, then 2, then 3. Still, there is no visible change. Any other plant would have shown some progress by now, but the bamboo remains hidden beneath the earth. People mock the farmer, telling him he is wasting his time. Some even suggest that the seed was never alive to begin with, but the farmer does not waver. He continues to nurture it, believing in the process, trusting that his hard work will pay off. Then, in the 5th year, something extraordinary happens. Almost overnight, the bamboo tree bursts through the ground. Within weeks, it grows over 80 feet tall, towering above everything else in the field. But here's the remarkable truth. The bamboo was never stagnant. During those long years of seeming inactivity, it was growing beneath the surface, developing a complex root system strong enough to support its towering height. The lesson? Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean progress isn't happening. Hard work, patience, and faith in the process often lead to success when the time is right. A similar story unfolds in the life of a struggling farmer. He wakes before the sun, working tirelessly under its heat, planting seeds with callous hands and aching muscles. The soil does not reward him instantly. Days turn into weeks, and he sees no harvest. He toils in uncertainty, knowing that one storm, one drought, or one poor season could wipe out everything he has worked for. But he keeps going. Season after season, he plants, waters, and waits. Then, finally, the moment arrives. His fields, once barren, burst into golden waves of grain. The fruit of his labor stands before him, and the struggle of the past fades into a memory of perseverance. Much like the farmer and the bamboo tree, success often requires unseen effort. Hard work lays a foundation, even when it feels like nothing is happening. The real question is, will you have the patience to keep going when the results are not yet visible? Because those who do are the ones who eventually rise. Hard work is not just a virtue. It is deeply embedded in the way our minds and bodies adapt to challenges. Science has shown that persistence and effort create real, measurable changes in the brain. Every time we push ourselves to do something difficult, whether it's mastering a skill, training our bodies, or solving a complex problem, our brains form new neural connections. This process, known as neuroplasticity, allows us to grow, learn, and improve over time. One of the most famous ideas about mastery comes from the 10,000-hour rule, popularized by Malcolm Gladwell. The theory suggests that becoming an expert in any field, whether it's music, sports, or business, requires at least 10,000 hours of dedicated practice. While the exact number is debated, the core message remains the same. Consistent effort over time leads to mastery. No great musician, athlete, or scientist became successful overnight. Behind their achievements are countless hours of struggle, failure, and refinement. But why does hard work feel so difficult? The answer lies in our brain's preference for short-term rewards. When we work toward a long-term goal, our brain does not immediately receive the dopamine or feel-good chemicals that come with instant gratification. This is why people often quit early, because they don't see immediate progress. However, those who push through discomfort and stay disciplined develop something even more valuable: grit. Psychologist Angela Duckworth defines grit as a combination of passion and perseverance for long-term goals. In her research, she found that grit, not intelligence, talent, or luck, is the strongest predictor of success. The ability to keep going despite setbacks, to stay committed despite difficulties, is what separates high achievers from those who give up too soon. The Chinese bamboo tree, the farmer's harvest, and the 10,000-hour rule all share the same lesson. Real progress happens beneath the surface, often before we can see it. The challenge is not just working hard. It's trusting the process long enough to let success unfold. So, the question is, how long are you willing to work before you see results? Hard work is often praised, but there are many misconceptions about what it truly means. People hear stories of success and assume that effort alone is enough. However, there is more to the equation. Consistency, strategy, and patience all play a crucial role. 1. The myth of overnight success. In today's world, we often see stories of people who seemingly rise to greatness overnight. A musician releases a viral song. A startup founder suddenly becomes a billionaire. An athlete breaks records at a young age. But what we don't see is the years of preparation behind these moments of success. Take the story of J.K. Rowling. Many think Harry Potter was an instant success, but before the world knew her name, Rowling spent years writing in cafes, battling rejection after rejection. 12 publishers turned her down before one finally accepted her manuscript. The book series went on to sell over 500 million copies. But none of that would have happened if she had given up after her first rejection. Success isn't a single event. It's a long process. The world only sees the final product. But behind every overnight success is a foundation built on years of unseen effort. 2. Hard work versus smart work. Some people believe that working longer hours automatically leads to success. But effort without direction is like running on a treadmill. You're moving, but you're not getting anywhere. Hard work must be paired with strategy. The farmer who plants seeds without understanding the seasons may work hard, but his crops will fail. The student who studies for hours without a good method may struggle despite the effort. The key is to work hard with purpose, learning from failures, adapting to challenges, and finding the most effective way forward. 3. Failure means you should stop. One of the biggest misconceptions about hard work is that failure is a sign to quit. In reality, failure is a natural part of growth. Every successful person has failed more times than most people even try. Consider Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." If Edison had stopped after his first few failures, the world might still be in darkness. Instead, he understood that failure was a necessary step toward innovation. Success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about learning from it, adjusting your approach, and moving forward. The truth about hard work. Hard work is essential, but it must be done wisely. Success rarely happens overnight. Working hard without strategy is ineffective, and failure is not the end, it's a lesson. Those who understand these truths and keep going, despite the obstacles, are the ones who eventually achieve greatness. Hard work is powerful, but it's not without its challenges. Many people start strong, full of enthusiasm, only to burn out or lose direction along the way. Understanding the common pitfalls of hard work can help you stay on track and make sure your efforts truly pay off. 1. Burnout, when working too hard, backfires. There's a fine line between persistence and self-destruction. Some believe that the harder they work, the faster they'll succeed. But working endlessly without rest is like trying to run a marathon at a sprinting pace. You will collapse before reaching the finish line. Burnout happens when you push yourself beyond your limits without allowing time for recovery. It leads to exhaustion, frustration, and sometimes complete abandonment of your goals. Even the most successful people understand the importance of balance. Rest isn't laziness. It's part of the process. Taking time to recharge helps you return stronger, more focused, and ready to push forward. 2. Confusing motion with progress. Many people mistake being busy for being productive. They spend hours working, but don't move any closer to their goals. This is common in workplaces where employees fill their days with meetings, emails, and tasks, but achieve little real progress. True progress requires focused effort on the right things. It means prioritizing the tasks that actually move you forward rather than just keeping yourself occupied. Before pouring your energy into something, ask yourself, is this getting me closer to my goal, or am I just staying busy? 3. Giving up too soon. One of the biggest mistakes people make is quitting just before success arrives. Many great accomplishments happen right after a period of struggle. The Chinese bamboo tree didn't show any progress for years, but it was growing the entire time. If the farmer had stopped watering it in year 4, he would have never seen the results of his effort. Most people quit because they don't see instant results. But just because you can't see progress doesn't mean it's not happening. Growth takes time, and often the breakthrough comes when you least expect it. 4. Fear of failure. Some avoid hard work because they fear failure. They don't want to put in effort only to see it wasted. But failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a necessary step toward it. Every failure teaches a lesson, sharpens your skills, and builds resilience. The only true failure is never trying at all. The key to lasting success. Hard work isn't just about pushing forward. It's about doing so wisely. Avoid burnout by resting when needed. Focus on meaningful progress rather than just staying busy. And most importantly, don't quit just because results take time. Success rewards those who stay the course, adjust when needed, and refuse to give up. Hard work is a journey, one that demands patience, resilience, and a belief in unseen progress. The Chinese bamboo tree teaches us that growth happens beneath the surface before it becomes visible. The farmer's struggle reminds us that rewards come to those who persist through uncertainty. And the stories of great achievers throughout history show us that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone toward success. Now, take a moment to reflect on your own journey. What goal have you been working toward, but feel like giving up on? Have you been mistaking temporary setbacks for permanent failure? Are you focusing on meaningful progress, or just staying busy? Success doesn't belong to the most talented or the luckiest. It belongs to those who refuse to quit. The mountain may be steep, the road may be long, but every small step you take gets you closer to the summit. So, as you move forward, remember this. Hard work doesn't always show results immediately, but it always pays off in the end. Keep going, keep believing, and one day, when you least expect it, you'll look back and realize that every moment of effort was worth it.